Good evening, good evening. It's once again Steve Coleman, aka Stevie B at PTC, and we're here with another episode of PTC Live, showcasing the wonderful instructors and programs we have here at Piedmont Technical College. And today, our special guest is a friend of mine, Miss Donna Brown. Donna, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing very well. Donna is our program director for automated office technology. She is a certified medical coder, and she is also, which is really interesting, she is now director of the program that trained her. Donna was formerly earned a degree here as a certified medical coder. She's an alumni of Piedmont Technical College with a degree in automated office technology and medical coding and billing. And now, going from the student to the program director, how are you liking that, Donna?
Actually, I love it. I never expected to find myself being an instructor, but it's definitely very fulfilling.
Absolutely. Well, tell us a little bit about administrative office technology and give us an overview of the different areas.
Okay. Well, administrative office technology, basically it prepares students to work in the modern office. We concentrate on teaching our students the computer skills that they need to run a modern office, and any type of administrative skills that go along with it. We have a variety of programs in administrative office technology. We have accounting, legal, medical, and medical coding and billing. And then we also have 3 certificate programs. And with the 3 certificate programs, we have customer service and support, the Microsoft Office Specialist Certification, and Office Technician certification.
Wow, that's a lot. So let's dive into those a little bit in a little bit more detail to give our viewers and listeners a little bit more detail about what those jobs entail. Um, in your accounting area, you have bookkeeper, accounts payable, and specific parts of accounting. And tell us a little bit about the types of jobs that they have in those areas.
With accounting, they could basically work as an administrative assistant in an accounting office. They can do data entry work. They could also work as a teller or an office worker in a bank or even a credit union or any other type of financial institution.
Okay, and you can go ahead and talk a little bit about the legal, medical, and coding careers as well.
With the legal associate degree, they can work as a secretary in a legal office. They can also work in any type of a local, state, or federal government office or courthouse. Okay. With the medical concentration, basically that's going to be working front desk in the doctor's office for patient intake. Or they can work in like a hospital or a care facility like a nursing home or something like that, as far as they're being in the front office part of it. For medical coding, the service that they provide. And basically what I do is I tell my students that if they don't code correctly, the doctor doesn't get paid correctly. And if he doesn't get paid, you don't get paid.
Okay,
So you want to make sure that you're doing it exactly like you're supposed to.
so that's heavy.
It's heavy. It's a very detailed program. And I always tell my students that basically you need to be like a little investigator. You want to know why something is happening, and you don't stop until you get all the way down to the teeniest detail.
Oh, wow. Now, there's also 3 certificate programs that you have
Yes.
that complement the degree credentials. Tell us about those.
Okay. With the office technician certificate, basically they can work as a receptionist or like an office assistant. Anywhere there's going to be an office, they can do that. With the Microsoft Office certification, that is getting them certified in Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Access. This certificate will help them um, get a little bit more than just an entry-level position. So it's really something, if somebody already has a degree and they want to add to it, this is perfect because it gives them just a little bit more in-depth detail on those particular programs.
Okay.
And then the customer service and support, that's going to be somebody that's going to work like in a call center, a telemarketer. They could be a receptionist because everybody needs customer service. And, whether it's in person or on phone, you've got to have that customer service. So that one again is a certificate, and it can actually be embedded into one of the other areas that we cover.
The technical aspect of medical coding and billing, or automated office technology overall, people like myself who shy away from math, and you started talking about numbers and dollars and the technical aspects of it, if you didn't know any better, you wouldn't understand how deeply involved your students are in the absolute medical process. So do I have to be an absolutely strong math student or English and writing student? What kind of skills do I need to bring to that?
Actually, that's a misnomer. You don't have to be wonderful in math. You don't
Okay.
really have to have math. Medical coders, what we're doing is we're translating our English language into a number language.
Okay.
Okay. So I always tell my students, you don't have to memorize. You just have to know how to use your manuals to find the codes to properly. Basically, they're abstracting. They're looking at doctor's notes, and then they're putting whatever he wrote in there as far as what's wrong with the patient into a 5-digit code.
Okay.
Anywhere from a 5-digit to a 7-digit code, actually. And the coding system is made so that if you saw the doctor here and maybe you went to another state and saw a doctor there, if he saw your medical records, he would be able to know what was going on with you without having to actually read all of the dictation or the notes the doctor wrote. He can just look at those codes and know. That's the beauty of it.
Oh, that's excellent. So another question is, over the last few years now, we've been experiencing some changes in how we do business with COVID-related restrictions and guidelines. In the field of automated office technology, are there opportunities, and how is that affecting job placement and people being able to do their jobs in those areas? We talk a lot about people working remotely. How does that affect the profession of automated office technology?
Well, it depends on which program that you're in. Just the typical accounting or legal, even just a basic medical, you can work remote in some of those, but at that point, you're already going to have been working with the company to go remote with them. Because if you are brand new, who is going to want to entrust you with their private information?
Okay.
So you're going to want to already have had your foot in the door with them before you can work remote. And as far as like with the coding and billing, as a coder, you're going to need to have at least 3 years experience before a doctor or a practice is going to feel comfortable to allow you to work remote. Because if you look at it this way, depending on how you are coding something depends on how much the doctor is paid. If you are a brand new coder and you code something incorrectly, or you don't code it to the highest level of specificity, then the doctor doesn't get paid as much as he possibly could. So if you were the doctor, would you hire somebody new to the field knowing that your income relied on what they did? You wouldn't. You would want that person to have experience and be very comfortable in what they do so that you can make the most amount of money.
Most definitely. So they are really tied in the process.
Yes. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't some companies that are willing to take a coder and work them remote fresh out of school, but they're going to train them the way they want them to work. So there are some, but they're not that many. They're very far and few in between.
Well, the question always comes after you've gone through your training, you've gone through your program. And that's the question that always comes up. What does job availability look like for students exiting these programs? But there's also, after in our preparatory work for the show, you've got some outstanding news that you'd like to report about a recent graduate that exemplifies the excellence in your program and student opportunities.
I do. I have a student who was actually our graduation speaker. Her name is Tasha Lancaster, and Tasha was she was a very fun student because the first time I met her, she was very quiet. And some people, I think, were a little intimidated because she was always asking questions and wanting more information, but that was the way she learns. And because of that, she actually turned out being one of my best students I've had. And she graduated in December. I just found out yesterday that she got hired as a coder, which is very unusual, but she got hired as a coder 1 month after graduation, 1 month after
Wow.
taking her certification exam. So kudos to her. I am so proud of her. And I have some other ones that, they were fortunate enough that while they were in school, they were able to get entry level positions to work themselves into coding positions.
So expound upon upon that in terms of, are there jobs available? Are there jobs out there? What's the job outlook for your graduates?
They are out there. Definitely in, I can speak on the medical and the medical concentration and the medical coding program because that's basically the ones I'm personally dealing with. And I know that they're out there. Tasha tells me when the company that she works for now, before she starts her new job, she tells me when they have openings. I have other students that tell me about other offices that are hiring people. So they're out there. They just have to be willing to take an entry level position to get their foot in the door.
Okay. In terms of taking classes for your program, again, colleges and universities are having to be flexible in how we offer coursework, and Piedmont Tech, as a primary institution in our service district, has to do the same. Are the coursework that you have, what methods do you have of delivering the coursework? Are we prepared? Is automated office technology online friendly? Those types of courses.
Okay. Our entire administrative office technology program is completely online, with the exception of technically the biology that's required for coding and billing. However, with the pandemic, the biology department has been offering that class online.
Okay.
So that's helped a lot of our students. The medical coding and billing, I do have one other class. It's a hybrid class. So technically they're supposed to meet 1 day a week live. However, I have a lot of students that have full-time jobs. So I've worked it out with them that I will allow them to do it online. I record my lectures from the live class and I post it in my D2L shell so that they can always go back and look at it. And then I told them if they are struggling, they need to reach out to me so we can figure out what the problem is. And then we also, all of us in our department, tell our students, form a study group, find study buddies, because it helps. It really, really helps. And I saw it being very successful in my coding program. So it does work.
Are there any clubs and organizations that your students can get involved in that create some camaraderie within the program and create some networking outside of the program in terms of finding jobs and locating opportunities?
Yes, we do. We have the National Technical Honor Society. It is not specifically for AOT or for business. It is open to anybody that is at a community college. Anybody can join as long as they have a 3.0 or higher. They have to have at least 12 credit hours under their belt before they can join. And it's a $30 one-time fee to join. So they pay $30 and they're joined for lifetime. We use that organization to reach out and do community service projects. We do fundraisers. The fundraisers, we use that money to help pay for their stoles and their medallions they wear at graduation so they can show everybody, they're in an honor society.
Okay.
And we do take both the dual enrollment and our full-time students. So yeah, anybody that has a 3.0, 12 credit hours can do it.
And you mentioned dual enrollment. Dual enrollment high school students that are currently in high school and also in your program.
They're in our program. The only program that they're not a part of is medical coding and billing.
Okay.
Because of the complexity of it and because of HIPAA, you really need to be a mature person to be in it because it's a lot. It's a lot of pressure. Just it can get very stressful.
Okay.
So
might want to stay away from the 18-year-olds, 17-year-olds right away when in that type of stressful atmosphere.
Yes. And I have noticed that the ones that have been out of school for a while and that are coming back to the workforce, they tend to do a little bit better. And I don't know if it's because they're more driven, but if this, you don't want to take that program if you're just doing it for the money.
Sure.
You got to do it because you want to do it.
Okay. In terms of growth, we're always developing our programs. We're always building our programs here at the college. Tell us about growth that's occurring in your program. What areas are growing and how they're expanding and reaching out into other areas of our community.
Well, I can speak on the medical coding in particular because this is my largest class to start this fall. I'm starting with a group of 27. And in this group of 27, I actually have 2 gentlemen, which is unusual. The only other time I saw a man taking this program was when I was in the program back in 2008. But I'm very excited. And the one in particular, he actually works out in medical and he's coming back to school to take coding and billing to help him further his career.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that. You see more and more males in healthcare fields. I didn't realize that. I would have guessed that there'd be a lot of males in medical coding and billing as well, but I guess that's still coming around.
I think the reason why that part's still coming around is because it is such a detailed program, and sorry, but women tend to be a little bit more detailed than men.
Okay.
And to the little fine points, seriously, to the little fine points. And it is a lot of multitasking. So I think that's part of the problem. But the reason why there's so much growth in the healthcare is because healthcare is not going away.
Right.
There's going to always be jobs in healthcare. So job security.
Gotta have it. Are some of your students coming into the program to upgrade skills in their current jobs? I mean, do you have people that may be already working in healthcare or related fields that are coming to improve themselves so that they can further their careers in their current positions?
Yes. Like I said, that one gentleman, and then I have another young lady that she's out working in a medical office now and has decided that she needs to add coding to her resume. So she's back here learning it. And then Tasha told me that there's somebody else that was part of her interview that's in my class. So I have 2 then that I didn't realize that's back here.
Okay. Well, is there anything else that we haven't covered in the questions that you'd like to tell us about your program? Things that we should know about automated office technology, medical coding and billing, accounting, and other programs that are within your realm of responsibility that you'd like for us to know? Any details that you'd like to share?
No, the only thing that I can think of is I'm trying to brainstorm on how to build my enrollment in the legal concentration. So, if there's anybody out there that's interested in working in a legal office, please come join our program and, get some little more education or extra education to help you on that path. We'd love to have you.
Well, I'm out of questions, Donna. And you've answered everything for us extremely well. And I think you've given a tremendous overview of your programs. And we're hoping that more students will hear this. Individuals out in our communities when it's broadcast will be contacting you about your programs and be a part of Piedmont Technical College's growing workforce preparation for the medical field, and particularly in automated office technology. So with that, I'd like to thank you for coming on with us. You've done a fantastic job of highlighting your program and giving people some insight as to what will be taking place when they possibly come into the automated office technology field, and giving them an idea of what they'll be looking forward to doing and learning, and how they might progress. Do you have anything that you'd like to add?
I do. One last thing is I did send out an email to those students that are eligible to join the National Technical Honor Society. And just a quick reminder that applications and the fee is due to me by September 17th. Okay, so make sure you get those in, whether you mail them or you bring them by personally. Get them into me so we can get you as a member. We'd love to have you.
Okay.
That's all I got.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, Donna. It was really a pleasure sitting here talking to you for a while. And once again, we've showcased one of our magnificent programs, Automated Office Technology at Piedmont Technical College. An awesome program and an opportunity for those individuals who are interested in the medical field and medical coding and billing in particular. Here's the information that you need, and we hope that you'll be contacting us, and we hope that you'll be contacting Ms. Donna Brown about automated office technology and related programs within the degree field. It's Stevie B at PTC, and it's been another great episode of PTC Live. We'll see you next time.